Hey, this is Dave and Lily, and welcome to Dave's HSB, Dave's Hunting, Shooting, and Bushcraft. In this episode, I'm going to go over some of the things that were good and some of the things not so good this past hunting season for me. Hunting 2023. Hey, it's Dave and Lily, and we're getting ready to go over some of the things that did go well and some of the things that didn't go well during my hunting season. I have 10 things that did go well and 5 that didn't go so well. So always opportunity to learn, and hopefully it'll make me a better hunter the next year, but I thought I'd take an opportunity to share these things with you. There's still 2 weeks left in the season. Well, not anymore. 1 week. It's Friday. The 29th. So yeah, there's only 1 week left. So it ends January 6th. I'm still looking to get a buck. So if I get that, that'll complete my season. But if not, I don't think it's really going to change these things. So let's start off with a couple positives. So I found from my friend in Virginia, Ron, he told me about these chargeable hand warmers. And I was skeptical, but they're pretty reasonable, like 20 bucks. Maybe just a little over. They are the best thing since sliced bread. I really like them. I don't have to keep up with all the hand warmers that I used to do. You know, you buy the little packets, open them up. So I don't fool with those anymore. I just use these. You wear them up. You know, I wear them for a full day of hunting, charge them that night, and they're ready to go the next day. I don't know how many charges they got at them, and if I have to buy a new set every year, I still think it's worth it. So I think it's a good, a very positive thing. Another thing that I thought was a real help this year was my tactical flashlight. That 1600 lumens, wow, it really brightened things up and made it a lot easier at night for me. I learned that hunting from the ground can be beneficial, especially if you follow the signs of the deer. So for me, hunting from the ground was a positive this year. I had never really done that much. I almost always hunted from a blind or from a tree. But this year I spent some time actually sitting on the ground with like a little turkey blind in front of me, and I got a doe that way. So I will use that strategy more in the future. Another positive was, and I'm sure every hunter already knows this, but I got some glove mitts in the past that were wind resistant. I finally went and spent the money and got wind proof because they're leather. What a difference. Yeah, you still get cold because of the cold, but it stops that wind, and I really appreciate that. That and the hand warmers made my hands much better this hunting season. All right, now for a negative. So I bought this muddy camera contraption you hook onto a tree. It is the biggest piece of junk I've ever bought. I bought it on Amazon. It was like $40. It looks well built, but the arm sags when you extend it. No matter what I could do, I couldn't get it to stay straight without sagging. It weighs like 50 pounds. Not really, but it's excessively heavy, I think. Really overbuilt at the hinge and not built at all at the external hinges. What a piece of junk. It's just worthless. I tried using it a little bit. I just gave up and went back to the old method that I was using, which wasn't very high tech. So another negative that was a real struggle for me this year was the food plots. Neither one of them, although you look at them, they're kind of green, but they're not holding deer at all. The deer don't come out to eat on them. I'm used to this time of year, post-rut, having good greens for the deer to come out on and eat. And traditionally that's what's happened, but it didn't this year. That drought was a real killer, and the food plots just didn't turn out. So that's kind of a bummer. All right, back to a couple more positives. I was a little skeptical on the 350 Legend, the actual round, but oh my gosh, there's only been 2 rounds I've ever shot that actually knocked a deer down from impact. One was the 45-70, and the other has been this 350 Legend. It did not break a shoulder, break an arm. It actually hit the rib cage, but the force, the impact, drove that deer into the ground, significant. So, and a significant blood trail. So the only other round that I shoot a lot that has that kind of a blood trail is a 30-06 or the 45-70. So 350 Legend, it's standing up. I'm going to use it quite a bit more. I am growing to like it. I like and then also along with that, the Savage 110 Hunter XP that I got with the 18-inch heavy-duty barrel. I'm really growing to like that too. It put a hurt on that deer. It was a long shot through. I had to get it through a bunch of twigs and stuff and hit it just right, and so it did, and I like that. That builds confidence in your rifle, so that was good. All right, another negative was that my ladder stands are just in horrible condition. I didn't check them, and this is on me. This is a lesson learned. I should have got out there. I should have checked them. I would have moved them. I tried to get into one and hunt it. It was so out of whack. It was hard to even climb up. So yeah, lesson learned that my ladder stands are not something that you can just go season to season without checking on. I knew better, but I tried it. Also, it gave me a sense too that I probably need to buy newer ones. The new ones out are just so much better with the flex seats that they have in them. So yeah, I probably need to think about somehow upgrading those. All right. So another positive though was my trail cameras really played a role in my hunting strategies on my property this year. In the past, I hadn't really used them. Quite frankly, I always relied on my food plots to be a hunter. I hunted the deer traveling to or from the food plots. When it got end of season, I would hunt off the food plots. So, you know, that was my strategy. But the food plots were horrible, so I really had to go in and look at what the deer were doing on trail cameras, and I've adjusted my hunting to do that. And so, yeah, that's what you do, and I'm thankful that I had the trail cameras out there to do it. One more positive, so I did a video on this, but the TideWe Rangefinder, you know, for the cost of it, it's hard to beat. And I really, I feel like I have upgraded. When I bought this, I had a Nikon, and now I have this TideWe, and it's just so much better. So anyway, it's a real, I think that's a real plus, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity to do that. Let's see, my last two negatives. So this I learned right at the beginning of the season. I'm in a blind during bow season, and I'm hunting, and I have my old Nikon camera out on the behemoth. And a deer comes behind me, but also I have some off to the side. So I turn the camera on, and as soon as that lens extended, it makes that sound, that little whirl sound. And boy, it's like every deer in the woods heard it, and they all took off. And I'm like, there has got to be another way. So the camera I'm filming now with is this Sony, and it's a real light one, small one. It's not super expensive. I bought it used, but anyways, it's quiet, and so yeah, hopefully that resolves that. The other one, if you watched one of my hunting videos, you probably caught this. It was my first time out back here on the property after my hunting trips, and I did not prep myself very well. I had to make a trip back to the camper to get stuff. I ended up late out at the stand. Because I didn't have things in order on my stand, it took longer and hard to get up. I went up, I had to go back down one time. It was just a fiasco. And so when you're doing that, making a ton of noise that early in the morning, it just ruins your hunt. And so I learned that next year I got to do a better job of prepping for each of my hunts. Even if it means, yes, lose a little sleep, get prepped, and be ready. All right, the last of my goods are, yeah, so if you haven't, I have no affiliation with these dudes. but Tinks cover scents. They're a little pricey. They are a little bit more, so he's proud of them. But on AP Hill I use them, and AP Hill is a lot of pressure. I wasn't winded one time hunting out there, and that's unusual. You can't always hunt with the wind in your favor, and sometimes you start with the wind in your favor, and by the time you're done, it has changed. So having a good cover scent's essential. I used theirs. I used the Acorn, and man, it was like I blended right in. So Tinks cover scent. I got it online. So actually, I think I bought it from Tinks online. All right, and then the last thing is, so the ability to change tactics I thought was good. Like I said, I was pretty much a food plot hunter in the past, and so now because of my bad food plots, or the drought-ridden food plots are fine, it's just drought killed them. The ability to find a different way to see and find deer, using my trail cameras, altering my style of hunting, going to the ground, being more aggressive in those kind of you know, sounds really basic, but you know, that's a way you adjust your hunting and allows you to shoot more deer. Of course, I do know people who don't change their tactics ever, and year to year always get deer. I don't know. Ron Henson's one of those. Always gets deer. He's amazing. But for me, it meant changing tactics. And so, the other thing too that I changed, that I'm working really, really hard on, is not moving while I'm in the stand or on the ground or anywhere, just being super, super still. Yeah, Dave Wetzel worked that one with me. So anyways, yeah, those improvements I think will make a difference. So that's it. A lot of pluses and a few negatives out of this hunting season. Hopefully I can get a buck. I'll be honest, the weather was kind of against me today, and then next week I don't know how many days I'll be able to get out, but hopefully I can get 2 or 3, and get an opportunity to get her done. But if not, it's still been a successful season. I got a couple deer in the freezer, which should be enough to get everything done I need. Yeah, good season overall. I feel blessed that everything happens the way it does. So I thank God for that. And hey, you know, you spend the next 9 months prepping and getting ready, you know, and so thinking about what your strategies are and stuff. So for those of you that have extended seasons, I wish you the best. Hope you come home. Those of you tagged out, way to go. Good job. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this. For Dave and Lillie, take a minute to be kind to somebody. Do something kind, and maybe you'll change somebody's life. It could be the simplest little thing, but you never know. And it takes a little effort on your part, but at the end of the day, I think it pays you back some. So, yeah, try to be kind. That's my message. Make kindness your business. Dave out.